Welcome back, everyone. Boy, we have talked about so many different weather things this week. So much snow, then it was the frigid temperatures. Now freezing rain is coming in, and a lot of people, it can get confusing. We don't know what sleet is versus freezing rain versus what it does. You guys know all of that, so you're going to talk about it.
I was going to say, I want to just kind of clarify for folks, because we've had a lot of folks that are like, I've had freezing rain a lot lately, and in reality you've had sleet. And it's not rain that froze on the way down. Freezing rain is rain that freezes on contact with the surface. So let's kind of walk through how that develops and the impacts that we can see from that, because that's our biggest concern with what is going to be moving into the area as we go throughout this evening. So here's a look at the main 4 precipitation types, and when you combine them all, that's what we call a wintry mix. So there you see we've got where we have cold air from top to bottom. That is where we have snow. It starts falling from the sky as snowflakes and reaches all the way down to the ground as snowflakes. Sleet is a snowflake that partially melts but then refreezes the rest of the way down. Sleet reaches the ground as a tiny ice pellet, and we always say sleet has a beat. You'll likely hear it tapping and bouncing around when it reaches the ground. That can accumulate and cause issues, but it doesn't cause as many issues typically as freezing rain does. And this all has to do with the profile of the atmosphere temperature-wise. So if you have a layer of warm air coming in above the surface like we do today, this is where we get more of a question mark as to what type of precipitation we're going to see. Freezing rain is a snowflake that completely melts. It's now liquid, falling all the way down until it encounters this thin layer of cold air. It stays liquid, but then when it reaches the surface, it freezes on contact with a windshield, with a sidewalk, with a road, a bridge, or an overpass. Rain is just rain all the way down. We know what that one is. Freezing rain, though, is the one that we're most concerned with as we go throughout the rest of this evening based on the setup that we have. As far as the amount that we could see, first of all, rates are going to be very light. We're not expecting pouring amounts of this. And we're talking about 1/10 of an inch or less. It'll probably be more like a couple hundredths. But even that couple hundredths can create that thin glaze on windshields, on sidewalks. You could have some slick spots on bridges and overpasses. Those will be the first ones to see an impact from this. You could also have light ice on trees or power lines. With this event, we don't really expect that to be too much of an issue because we're just not going to see enough ice. But you could notice that, and if the weight is already there, the ice could weigh a lot. We use this a little bit last week, I guess it was, to talk about the difference between freezing rain versus sleet. Freezing rain, glazed donut. Liquid, becoming a glaze. Sleet, the sprinkles on top. We would much prefer the sprinkles over the glaze when it comes to precipitation type.